Hello, everybody. My name is Akita Akari Aurora, and today I come to you with big hair because it's all about the big ask. Today is a major day. I don't know if you know, but today is really a major day, a great day to really put some good energy out there. All right. So this is part two or three. Yeah, this is the third part of this series of blessing ourselves. How do we bless ourselves? By asking. Ask and you shall receive. So April. So I've been getting some promptings, right? And April is going to be an avalanche. And every time I think of April, I hear the word avalanche. And avalanche is not in my day to day vocabulary. I live in the Bahamas, right? So every time I think of avalanche, I'm thinking of snow. So I said, avalanche, avalanche. Whew, what's that? So as I sat, I'm like, you sure? I'm like, yep. So I was like, all right, what's that? So an avalanche is coming. So I'm asking you, how are you preparing for this avalanche? What is this avalanche going to bring forth to you? We are in a season of blessings, more and more blessings. So a couple months ago, I've shared this in a couple of videos. I had a dream. This was in February last month. Oh no, January. Time is flying. I had a dream, and in the dream said, "You are so blessed to connect with me right now." And I did my little research and whatnot, and the timing was February. And I was expecting February to be a season of blessings moving forward. And that's truly what it has been. And then I'm starting to get this prompting on preparation, being prepared, right? So with this big avalanche coming, I'm saying, hey, what blessings should we really be preparing ourselves for now? And that got me thinking even more. It's time to ask for the big ask. So I'm bringing my big hair out so we can do this big ask task together. All right. So I have a challenge for you. And remember, if you're watching this, you are so blessed to connect with me right now. You're on that frequency of blessing and manifestation because that's what I'm all about. All right, so April is going to be an avalanche. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming into us and big stuff. But we are alchemists, so you have to decide today. This week is a great week for you to decide, what do I want to prepare myself for, right? So now I'm starting to think about transformational manifestation. Transformational, not just the small stuff. Now, listen, we could ask for the big stuff, we could ask for the small stuff. The importance is asking. Ask and you shall receive. But I'm thinking avalanche. I'm thinking blessings. So it's like, okay, what am I asking for now in this new season? Because it's definitely a new season, right? What am I asking for now in this new season that I know blessings are coming? What's your big ask, Akita? So over the last 2 days, I've been coming up with my 5 big ask. And I'm using 5 because of the power of 5. 5 is center. We break through from that center point. And 5, we got 5 fingers on our hand. And that's why the hand is so powerful. 5 is a tool. It's a symbolism of a tool. It's a symbolism of our power, a symbolism of our manifestation and our creation, right? And returning to the center of ourselves to move forward, right? That 5-star, right? We give ourselves a 5-star rating. I'm always trying to show my tattoo, but it never works. Next one I'm going to get on this side. Right? I got a 5-star on me. So we are doing transformational manifestation. That's what season we're in now. You don't have to share these things with me, but I want you to write them down. I made some notes because I don't want to miss anything out. So decide what your avalanche is bringing forth to you, right? Ask for the big stuff, right? Transformational manifestation that will transform your life, skyrocketing you within this new timeline of prosperity. You have to claim it. You're in a timeline of prosperity. You're in a timeline of manifestation. You're in a timeline of blessings. You're in a timeline of taking the next big leap to your next best self. You know what I experienced this morning? My phone reminded me that today, 6 years ago, I found my store downtown. I was taking pictures of different places, downtown stores, 6 years ago. That was 2017, March 23rd, 2017. I was walking downtown taking places of empty stores, and I found my store, right? 3 years later, March 23rd, 2020. Now, I not that day, but around that season, I was definitely like, yay, I'm about to do the shamanism stuff. So I took a leap 6 years ago. And even though my business was already open, I said, hey, I'm finding a store downtown and I'm going to ground that experience in. And it happened. Then 3 years ago, I said, you know what? Hey, I'm going to start studying shamanism. And here I am in 2023, March 23rd, talking to you because I took that shamanism path, right? Decided to transform some stuff, learn some stuff, expand some stuff, take my next leap to my next level of life. And here we are on March 23rd, 2023, and here I am again, taking my next big leap. This is a big leap for me, stepping in my power, showing out, shining out, doing these videos, creating more content, right? So we always have to take these leaps into our life. And guess what? It's a good season. My experiential truth has proven that March 23rd is a great day to start taking those leaps. So even if you just write it down today, do it. All right. So what are your big asks? List 5 or 7, because we're in this beautiful, powerful year of 7 energy, right? So 5 or 7 things that will transform your life, right? So think about that over the next couple of days. Think about it today. Write it down. And you know, we're in this little funny season. You don't have to tell everybody. I'm not telling y'all mine. I'm keeping it to myself, but I'm going to write it down. Sharing it with some people, but you know, sometimes you really do have to keep your stuff a little sacred. We're in a season of sacredness too, and sometimes it's really to make sure that that energy that you need to sustain your dream, your wish, your goal is not interfered by outer interference, right? So keep it sacred for now. You know, there'll be a time to launch it and tell the world about it, but also align with people, because the next thing is your action steps, right? So it's like an egg. An egg must go into the nest, and then when it hatches, then it flies out, right? So again, remember, there's seasons to this thing, and we don't always have to do everything in the same season. But today, and this season is definitely a great season to ask, right? Write it down. And then you might want to do something further, you know, because every action, every intention requires action, right? So, what are your big actions for your list, right? Now, you could do 2 things. You could do it 2 ways. You could stick with one of the things on your list and say, I'm going to come up with 5 to 7 actions that will move me a step closer to achieving one or all of these things on my list. Or you can look at each one of your 5 to 7 things and say, hey, I want to achieve these 5 things. I want to achieve these 7 things. And I just need to decide one action for every goal that I'm intending that will just get me will move me closer to that goal that I am right now, or that I was last month. You know, so if I thought about doing this last month, well, today is an action step where I'm actually doing it. And this action moves me closer to a bigger goal that I have for my life, right? So there's intention, but our intentions always require action steps, right? So, what are your 5 to 7 big asks? Your transformational manifestation list. Transformation, the big leaps of your life, right? And then what are some action steps that you have to do in order, just one step for each one, or 5 steps for one, okay? This is a season about knowing. This is what we've been preparing for. This is what we've been preparing our bodies for. This is what we've been preparing our minds for. Our getting in tune with our intuition, right? So that we know. And right now we know that this is a good season. We know that this is the year of the 7. We know that a lot of good stuff is happening. So what are you preparing for? Are you preparing yourself for all of this good stuff that you have been creating and manifesting and calling in? Or are you preparing for poverty? Are you preparing for disaster? Are you preparing for pain? Make sure that you're preparing for the good stuff. You're preparing for the abundance. You're preparing for the prosperity. You're preparing for you, right? You're preparing for your success. You're preparing for your manifestations to come forth. I was just listening to a video and she said manifestations are the evidence of continuous vibration. Yeah. Manifestation is the evidence of continuous vibration. I think it was something like that. All right. So when things manifest in your world, it's because there's been a continuous vibration of you, and that manifestation is voila, here it is. It's the showing. It's the revelation, the revealing of that continuous manifestation, that continuous vibration in your life, right? I said in one of the videos this week that our response predicts the manifestation. So however you are really responding to everything that's happening to your life is fortune telling what is going to manifest next. Oh, I remember many challenges I had. That especially when I was on Bay Street, that I had to say in the initial greeting of that challenge, I will overcome this. You won't get me. And that's how it worked, right? I learned to, in the initial greeting of the challenge, declare in that moment, I will overcome this. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, I've never manifested this amount of money in this amount of time, but I'm going to do it. And it was done, right? So we have to declare in the minute, in the greeting of these challenges that seem to be challenging, but they're actually gifts and opportunities, that yes, I can overcome it. I can manifest this. I can, and I will, right? So we got to do that. So yes, so we know that blessings are coming. We know that this is a season of blessings and abundance and prosperity. So the deeper question is, how do I prepare myself? What do I have to do in order to make more room in my life so when these big lessons and the big asks that we are asking for, when they come, we actually are empty. We're prepared to call them all in. Call them all in, right? So, my name is Akita Akari Aurora. And do you know what that means? I say it a lot in all of my videos, but I don't know if a lot of people actually know what that means. And why I changed my name to Akita Akari Aurora with the Y in the middle, right? So Akita Akari Aurora means that I am a key to your magical light. That's what I'm here to do. I found my magical light, and I'm also a key to helping you find your magical light. So I want you to know, 333, guess what? Before I opened up my store, before I saw my store, I found my store, I tapped into 333. I was with a friend and I looked at my clock and it was 333. And I said, oh my goodness, it's 333, angel hour. And I made a prayer. And I said a prayer, and the prayer was, I can share it with y'all now because it already manifested. That prayer was that I was going to open up my store in less time than I had originally anticipated. And I walked downtown and there were all these empty stores. And that was in March. April, May. I opened my store in May of 2017. Okay, so I did that. Well, guess what happened today? Right when I sat down to do this, it was 333. And I said, ooh, angel hour. And look at this. Look at this reflection. Look at this merge of timelines. And here I am again, stepping into it, asking, doing my big ask at a 333 point on 32323 for my next evolution. All right. So guess what, guys? Get into it, right? What is your big ask? Prepare for it. It is coming. And guess what? Just because you have seen this video, I don't care when you see it, how you see it, what day you see it, you know that you have been blessed. And you are so blessed to have connected with me right now. We're timeless beings. Whenever you do it, whenever you connect with me, know your blessings are coming. Do your list. Fly, fly, fly. We're fairies. Do your list.